Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. So we're going to pick up exactly where we left off yesterday, but we'll be talking about several different things. Now, just to give everybody a bit of context, Foodie Beauty went to the Cheesecake Factory yesterday, and she did a live stream, and upon ending that live stream, she immediately jumped into another. Now, the reason for this was because Salah wanted a monetized stream. If you would like more of the details about that and why it was Salah who was pushing for this second stream, you can take a look at my last video. I kind of went into some details there and provided specific examples that indicate that this was his idea. To give an even broader sense of the timeline, this is the series of events. Foodie Beauty today uploaded a video where she is eating stew. That was immediately before going to the Cheesecake Factory. So yes, she had that meal, got up, changed, and then went to the Cheesecake Factory. She did the stream at the Cheesecake Factory. Then she did the stream which followed it, which we'll be talking a bit about today. And that led to the events, which led her to the ER. Now, by now, everybody knows that Foodie Beauty got bit by one of the cats that she was feeding. She's had contact with this cat before. And she does not understand why the cat behaved like this. Foodie Beauty struggles with picking up social cues, whether that be from an animal or a person. She does this with Julia as well. Couple of streams ago, she went and woke up Julia. That is not something you do. You don't wake up a sleeping cat. We have seen her multiple times pick up Julia and smother her, and we can see Julia's expression. She looks dejected, and you can tell that she is definitely not enjoying it. Foodie does not pick up on this. The same can be said with he who shall not be named. A bunch of behavioral cues, red flags, red lights, you name it. But again, Foodie did not pick up on it. So this is an area that she struggles with. We're not going to play the entire clip of the incident. We're just going to look at images. And we are going to look at exactly where she went wrong yesterday with Kitty. Kitty reacted appropriately given the circumstances. The moment that things went wrong was not when she put her arm around his neck and kind of closed him in and made his space very confined. It was right before that. Take a look at this image. You can see she raised her arm. This is when she was saying, "Don't bite my arms," because remember, she's had cats bite her underarms before. When she raised her arm like that, look at Kitty's body language. Kitty did not like that. Kitty has seen things, probably horrible and heartbreaking things. So an upraised arm is a danger sign, let alone an arm that's slightly larger than usual. So unlike Foodie, Kitty was picking up on cues. Kitty saw the upraised arm, did not like it, got into a defensive position. She then brought that arm down around Kitty's neck and confined him. And that's when he bit her. So she cannot blame the cat. She cannot say that she doesn't know why he turned on her. That is exactly why. I am perplexed by the fact that she claims that she's had cats in her life for over 20 years, but these things are foreign to her. This is typical cat behavior. The cat felt threatened by her and reacted appropriately. So the issue is not about her petting the animals. The issue is about her knowing how to interpret different behaviors. She can't do that. Again, she can't do it with animals, can't do it with people, can't do it with her own pet. Now, keep in mind that none of this would have happened if Salah did not require a monetized stream. She could have left the Cheesecake Factory, enjoyed her free meal, and gone home, and all would have been well. But no, that would have not been enough. It wouldn't have been enough for him and very likely not been enough for her. They needed more. They needed to make sure that they were going to cash in on something during that trip. There is an expression which says the cheap comes out expensive, and this would be an example of that. She was trying to get a free meal, but now she and probably they, depending on medical costs, which we will get to in a moment, are going to have to shell out, all because of the need to have a monetized stream. Now, her chat, when this happened, reacted a certain way. They were telling her, you need to go to the hospital, you need to go to the ER, you need to clean it, etc. And listen to what she said, because I think it is very telling and it ties into the last video, into Salah's behavior when she was at the Cheesecake Factory. Have a listen.
Babe, do you want to bring me down Betadine so I can be just a bit longer? Or should I come upstairs? I'll come upstairs.
So yes, you heard that correctly. She was asking whether she should continue streaming despite having that wound on her hand. It looked like she was asking him, and almost as if she was afraid to stop. She would rather keep the stream going to make him happy, to fulfill whatever financial arrangement they have, than seek medical attention. Now, did she necessarily need to get medical attention? Maybe, maybe not. I think the risk of rabies is very low, but it likely would be in her best interest to go on antibiotics. So the reason for this is because of the specific nature of a cat bite versus that of, let's say, a dog. A dog bite would affect the larger surface area, thus doing damage to a larger portion of the hand. A cat bite is more similar to sticking oneself with a needle or a pin. Less surface area affected, however, it does go deeper just by the nature of a cat's tooth. That's why there are a lot of stories out there of people who've suffered cat bites and then several days later their hand has blown up and they need to seek medical attention. Usually it's treated just by a course of antibiotics just to kill the bacteria that did get in there. So more superficial damage from a dog, more deep tissue potential for infection from a cat. Now, Foodie Beauty did go to the ER, and it was interesting to see what her and his priorities were while in the ER. First off, we know that she needs his assistance just to function in day-to-day Kuwaiti life. First thing, the language. She needs him to interpret for her. He's the one who deals with the vets. He's probably the one who deals with anything having to do with the apartment. She needs him. She relies on him. So he went to the ER with her. They sat around waiting for hours only to get an X-ray. An X-ray would not be required for a cat bite since there are no broken bones. So that tells me that even though she needs him and relies on him, they couldn't get this right. Something was not communicated accurately or appropriately, which led to them waiting for an X-ray, which wasn't even necessary. Now, I don't know how the Kuwait health system works and what costs or fees would be attached to this, but again, the cheap comes out expensive. You wanted to cash in on a live stream, and this is what happens. Now, he wastes no time while they're in the ER waiting for the unnecessary X-ray in getting his money shots in. What do I mean by that? He takes a lot of full body footage of her. He knows what he's doing. He knows what audience this is for. So he's really working those angles. But then wouldn't you know it, even there in the ER, in the hospital, the topic of food and money is front and center. Let's have a listen.
Let's see what they have here.
Yeah.
Too many snacks, drinks.
Waters.
Well, a small bottle of water.
Caramel log.
And there's a coffee machine over here. Nice. Also, you can pay by card. can get the ice from here. The straw, the cups, everything here. That's cozy. And here's Chantal. What are you doing, sneaky?
Checking my comments.
Okay, Queen Beezer. We have a whole drink machine here. What do you want, babe? On a small, tiny water? Do you want a cup of water?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, let's get the water. Here's a quarter KD. This machine, not refundable, wrist. Okay, so there's no change. Whatever. Okay, I need B6. Cool. I should get 2 or what, Yani? Now, again, B5. And then you get it from here. Open. Open. It's stuck. Here we go. I fixed it. Haha.
I hate these machines.
Here, babe.
Thank you. It's saying something.
No, still, there's 50 fills balance, but there's nothing here 50 fills. So, just cancel it. It's okay to lose the 50 fills. Yalla.
So I got this iced coffee latte out of the machine. Doesn't even fill the cup. There's no sugar or anything. It's just coffee and milk. A 0.2 star. So we're still waiting.
So there are a couple of things to note in that clip. First, you can see him trying not to fixate on the fact that he will not be receiving change from the money that he put into the vending machine. He says that it's okay that he won't be receiving his 50 fills and change. However, you can see on Foodie's face that she is a little bit uncomfortable about this. You can see that she is experiencing a bit of unease. Now, think back to a couple of weeks ago. She made a comment that she didn't want to tell Salah. However, the Lulu man had scammed her and that she had overpaid for the ice cream that she had gotten. I think this was the second time she went to get ice cream, not the first one where they had the argument. So she didn't want to tell him because he would be upset by spending more than he was supposed to. We can see the same thing here, but they're both trying to keep it under control. He doesn't like the fact that he overpaid for that water. It's making him feel uncomfortable, and then it's making her feel uncomfortable. Now, keep in mind that the clip that we just saw takes place at either an ER or a clinic. Also keep in mind, as I mentioned at the very beginning, Foodie has had stew, and then she had a 3-course meal, appetizer, entree, and dessert at the Cheesecake Factory, and this occurred immediately thereafter. There is no reason for her to be looking at or getting anything from the vending machine. And whether she did or not, we do not know, but we know that she did get the iced coffee. And it takes a lot of nerve to be sitting in an ER and complaining about the coffee that you got from the machine. Once again, something was not to her liking, probably because it did not contain the sugar. As she said, it was less than 1 star, but this is what she is getting upset about. This is what she is fixating on. The quality of the drinks at the clinic while she's sitting there waiting to have her wound examined. Once they finally saw the proper doctor, they gave her a tetanus and a rabies shot and told her to follow up the next day in the event that she does need antibiotic. What's important here is that Salah filmed all of that footage in the hospital. He was intent on getting some footage during the day that he could monetize. And if he couldn't get it during Cheesecake Factory, and if he couldn't get it in the stream which followed, which led to the bite, he was going to get it while they were sitting there waiting to be seen. That is all I have for you right now. Thank you for listening. Until the next one.